Hi everybody, Simon back again, Cooper Strip Club. Got my third born George with me today. Hey everyone. So this is the finale of the mahogany table, and there's a few things here I want to talk about. So this side here has been just sitting for the last 3 days. We've put some more moisturiser on as it's been drinking it in. So just a recap. 3 days ago we put moisturiser onto the surface that had been previously semi-sealed. So if you get the 3 videos together, you'll see the process. So this has been drinking for 3 days. Normally we say 2 days, but we can leave it on as long as we like. We've just had a holiday weekend, so we decided to leave it for the 3. Now we're in the winter right now, and the moisturiser will get thicker and less of it will actually get into the wood. And on this top, we want to really get as much of our product into the wood as we can. So a heat gun or a hairdryer, something like that, and you're going to get more of it going deep into the grain. In the summer, the moisturiser will be a lot more liquid, and you won't need to do this because the wood is going to drunk it up. Now we're not saying you get a heat gun out for the legs and if you're doing outdoors or any of these sort of things. We've got $1,000 worth of mahogany here, and we just want it to look as good as it can possibly be. The more moisturiser we get into the wood, the better it's going to be. Now, so think of this as it's a living thing, this wood. Even though it was cut off and killed once upon a time in some rainforest somewhere, we want it to look as good as it can. So George is going to now start buffing. So on to your buffing. George, you better get rid of your heat gun. Okay. So this is like you're at one of those beauty salons like KCK down in Canterbury, and they're no doubt have all sorts of wonderful creams to push into your skin. So this is think of it a little bit like that. Okay, so nice massage helps it go in, and now George is going along with the cloth to he's now removing the surface. So I'll just slip behind you, George. On the legs, we're not going to go through all the drama of heat guns and all that. We get ourselves a long piece of cloth, and we just simply are going to be doing a ropey thing. So the main focus of today is the top. So I just want to quickly show you what we would do on the leg. And that is that. So there's most of it is quick and easy. This is the part you're looking at, and we want to really show you how to make this shine. So these live streams we keep on suggesting for people to get in touch, etc. And we were treated last week with a man by the name of Chris from Taupo that came and spent a couple of hours with us. So cheers, Chris. We had a great time showing you all the bits and bobs. Chris is doing up an Aston Martin, so that was pretty cool. Even though I didn't get to see the whole car, I got to see the petrol cap, which was good. Now, back to the project. The level of glow or shine or whatever you're going to get is all about the sanding. If you have a very coarse, sometimes people think a good quality sand is 120 grit, which in my world is just getting started. The finer the sand, the more reflection you get. The lights hit and reflect. The coarser the sand, the less reflection you get. So a lot of this is about making sure the wood was well sanded to start with, which because I actually made the table, it was extremely well sanded. What we do is we do what we've been showing you. The semi-sealer has helped with the glow. The moisturiser's on, it's now been really forced in with a bit of heat, and George has just stuffed it off. So technically, we're done. That is a moisturised surface. So if you're doing a door or you're doing windows, all that sort of thing, that's the job. Now we're not, as I said before, we're not saying get a heat gun out for going around your windows. Just let the moisturiser be on there longer and get its job done. But we got a call last week, a message comes through from a man called Derek, and I think you're watching there somewhere, Derek, so this one's for you. How do you make it more polished? Well, we have a trick for that, and this is the polisher. So this is not a woolly bonnet head, it's like toweling. So like George has been doing already with his rags, we'll now ramp it up a bit. So off you go. Now, this is going to burnish the surface, spinning around, and it's just polishing the grain. The grain's going to be, over time, wood just gets more and more burnished by use, and you get more and more glow. And remember, this is a living finish, so we're going to be putting more moisturiser in over time, and this will just continue over the years to get better and better. Again, we're not saying you can rush off and buy a polishing machine, but if you do want one, they're pretty cheap out there now. You don't have to spend fortunes on them. And you just polish away. I did those other planks earlier just to make it a little bit quicker for you. But this is now really glowing up. And you can go on and on and on with this, and you just feel this grain, just like silk. It's just, and everybody likes silk. So they tell me. Can't talk about babies' bottoms on this sort of program. But absolutely gorgeous. Now, in the moisturiser, there is a blend of gum, oil and wax. And as we reapply more moisturiser over time, more of that gets into the wood, and if you continue with polishing, the finish just over the years gets better and better and better. Normally when we polish something, you send something to get polished, we think it's having some high-tech thing done, but what's actually happening is plastic's being basically sprayed over the top, and your wood's getting entombed by this skin. And it looks all right and all that, but it has a very finite time lifespan before you're stripping it again. And I like a finish that you can actually improve over the years. And we've got displays that are well over 30 years old, and they're better than they started, and they just continue to get better over time. So this is a bonus to be able to lift the glow. You can keep putting more and more moisturiser in. There's no limit to the amount of moisturiser you put on. If it doesn't go in, then you buff it off. But over time, it'll just get better and better and better. Now, the last part of the game is maintenance. So this table is now finished. You can now put it into use. So effectively, this is water repellent. The water, if you drop water on it, it beads off, and away you go. Any table, if you put a coaster on it, then that will look after it a little bit more. But this table's had 30 odd years of being bashed around, and that's come up pretty good without having to get a sander out. So you use it. I want to show you how we would maintain it. If you've had a party and for some reason there's a watermark got onto it, what you do is really simple. Is you just literally get some water from the jug, get some hot water, and you just literally with a cloth get a rag, get some water, and you just buff the mark. 9 times out of 10, mark's gone. And it's the what's happened is the wood fibre in that part has swollen and left the mark. So water actually removes a watermark. Do not use furniture polishes on this. Don't go off and buy some commercial furniture polish. It's likely to have silicone in it that will really hurt the finish. It'll go into the wood, and then you will definitely get heat marks. leave it alone. All you do with this finish is wash it. So basically lukewarm water out of the tap, maybe a drip or two of detergent, and just wash it. Just give it a wipe over, like you're washing, like you're cleaning the bench. But don't use all these commercial cleaners on it. Just a couple of drops of detergent with a bowl of warm water and you're away. Over time, you're going to look at the table and it's going to one day look a little lackluster. So all you do is my bowl's over here, so you won't need it. So, and you can do this as often as you like, but if it's looking a little bit sad because you're like really hammering it, then all you do is brush on some more moisturiser straight over the old. It's not going to, it doesn't matter how often you've done it, there's no build up because the moisturiser never dries. Remember, it's this living finish. So, and you would leave that on overnight and buff it off the next day. Once you put it on, if there's if there was a watermark or some sort of mark there, you can give it a quick scrub with the grip pad, but generally they'll just disappear on the spot. So like I say, when you use a lot of oils that dry, if you were putting it on lots of times, it would build up where it's getting high, where it would all get out of kilter and need to be stripped. This will never need to be stripped again. And so we'll just leave that for a couple of seconds. There was something I wanted to tell you guys. We got coasters, yeah, I had a little side topic today. So this is mahogany, and mahogany is a hardwood. And a lot of people, they hear about having a nice hardwood or something like that, but there are two types of wood out there. There's hardwoods and softwoods. Hardwoods are from trees that lose their leaves, and softwoods are from trees with needles, and they've actually got nothing to do with hardness or softness, which is really weird. Balsa wood, for instance, is very, very soft, but it's actually called a hardwood. And when you look really close at a timber like mahogany, you'll see it's full of these little black flecks. I don't know if you can see them through here. And because a hardwood tree is a blend of fibres and pores, whereas softwood is just pores. And your hardwoods tend to be more open grain. Timbers like oak and walnut, teak, a lot of the good old Aussie hardwoods you hear about, like Jarrah, and they're all, they've all got these little black flecks running through them, and they've got these open grain, and so they really polish up well over time. Whereas softwood like pines, Rimu Kari particularly is famous, it's a silkier wood right from the start because it hasn't got these fibres in it. And so why I'm sort of telling you this is that when you are straight off the rag with the when you polish it up to start with, it often looks perfectly fine and you don't need to go on with that polishing machine. But with hardwoods, like your mahoganies like this, that bit of polishing can really bring the wood out. So I hope you've all found this interesting. We'll be doing other tables over time, but this is the end of this one. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back again tomorrow, same time, and we'll see you then. Cheers.